My boyfriend cheated on me with his roommate, who he swore was like a sister. Full story, asterisk asterisk. I dated Blake for 2 years, even though people constantly told me I deserved better. I believed love meant patience, loyalty, and giving endless chances. Blake was charming, careless, and loved attention. He worked as a bartender, played guitar in a band, and always acted like life was one big party. He also lived with his roommate, Tessa, whom he constantly described as like a sister. But nothing about their behavior felt sibling-like. She wore revealing clothes around him, sat on his lap, touched him constantly, and acted like she had a claim over him. Whenever I questioned it, Blake called me insecure, dramatic, and controlling. Over time, he kept choosing Tessa over me. He canceled dates if she had a bad day, rushed home whenever she needed comfort, and ignored my important moments, including my promotion at work. Meanwhile, his best friend Danny quietly became the person who always helped me when Blake let me down. When Blake forgot to pick me up from the airport because Tessa wanted to go shopping, Danny came instead. When Blake abandoned me at one of his shows because Tessa suddenly felt sick, Danny took me home. He never pushed his opinion on me, but he clearly worried. Then came Blake's biggest band show. I arrived early, excited to support him, and went backstage to surprise him. Instead, I walked into the green room and found Blake on a couch with Tessa on top of him, both half-dressed. There was no excuse that could hide what I saw. Blake immediately tried to twist it, claiming it was not what it looked like, while Tessa smirked at me like she had one. Blake even accused me of overreacting and ruining his night. I didn't scream. I just left. I ended up at a bar across the street, drinking too much and crying over how foolish I felt. Danny came after Blake lied in their group chat and claimed I had stormed off for no reason. Danny took care of me while I fell apart, stopped me from drunkenly calling Blake, and brought me to his place only after making sure his sister Lori was there too, so there would be no misunderstanding. When I woke up, I found Danny asleep on the floor beside the bed, water and medicine waiting for me, and his grandmother's ring on my finger. He explained that he had given it to me the night before so I would stop reaching for my phone, and I refused to give it back. Then the truth got worse. Lori told me Danny had known for months that Blake and Tessa were sleeping together, but he stayed quiet because he did not want me to think he was trying to break us up. Right after that, Blake called and left an angry voicemail saying I had embarrassed him. He even demanded that I apologize to Tessa and accept their relationship dynamic if I wanted to work things out. That was the moment I finally saw him clearly. I called him back and ended things for good. When Danny and I went to collect my belongings, Tessa answered the door wearing Blake's shirt, smug as ever. Back at my apartment, I found Blake had dumped my things outside in trash bags like garbage. It was humiliating, but it also felt like the final proof of who he really was. My coworkers, friends, and even Blake's bandmates later admitted they had all known something was wrong. As the weeks passed, Blake kept harassing me, blaming me for his band problems and even spreading lies that I had cheated on him with Danny. I finally blocked him and publicly stated that we broke up because he was unfaithful. People came forward confirming Blake and Tessa had been acting like a couple for months. Through it all, Danny stayed steady, kind, and patient. He remembered the little things, supported my work, and made me feel safe in a way Blake never had. Eventually, I admitted what had been true all along. The man who quietly showed up for me was worth more than the man I had spent 2 years chasing. Danny and I started dating, and for the first time, love felt calm, respectful, and real. Months later, when he asked to resize his grandmother's ring for me and told me he loved me, I said yes.